My name is Julie Gagari. My full name is actually Julie Vanda Annie Gagari. I'm from France and I'm actually 23 years old. I was born in France in Arras, Arras, which is like a gorgeous French city. I actually have a passion in life. Actually, I have two passions, which is tennis and photography. I started playing tennis when I was 5 years old. Um, my dad started playing, and just I was just watching him all the time, and I told my mom how I wanted to play tennis too. So I started having my first lessons when I was 5. I tried also other sports such as like gymnastics and swimming. I was actually pretty good at swimming. Gymnastic was really not my thing, so I ended up picking tennis, which was my favorite sport and the sport I was the best at. So that's what I went for, and which was actually like a good thing because I ended up pretty good at it. I did all my scholarity in France, so I went to junior high in France as well as high school. I started learning English when I was about 12 years old in junior high. I was actually one of these good students, like I was learning English really well. But towards the end of high school, even though I had a really good English level, my English when I first got to the United States was actually really bad. Especially that at home we're actually learning British English. So when I first got to the United States, people, especially people with Southern accent, I totally could not understand them. It was actually funny, but eventually I got used to it and I picked up on the English really quick. So when people like to ask me when I actually started playing tennis, when I actually started learning English, usually I say, well, when I first got to the United States, because my English was so bad and I literally couldn't speak, but though I could write English, so it actually ended up being okay for me when I first got here. It was easy to adapt. Um, so yeah, talking about why I came to the United States. Um, though in France, if you want to go to college, and you're good at a sport, you're gonna have to give up on that sport and focus on studying because school is taking so much time and we don't have sports at school. So a lot of us tennis players are actually like coming to the United States to be able to keep on playing tennis at a high level as well as studying. Also, the benefits of studying in the United States is when we go back home with a major in most of the time in business or anything. I'm personally studying sports administration, but when you come back to France with such a major, um, it's actually easier to find a job because in France we have this problem currently, which is it is very hard for young people to find a job once they get done with school. So having such a background for me would actually really help me when I go back home to find a job, and a job that I would actually like. I think I will have more opportunities with what I have right now than if I was actually studying at home. So I did my 4 years of college tennis here at Arkansas State. Um, my first year, my freshman year, when I first got here, it was just like an amazing experience. I remember my freshman year not being homesick at all whatsoever. I started having new friends. I started living life a little bit because back at home in France, all I knew was tennis, unfortunately. Yeah, I got to go to my first parties. I had an amazing experience, got to meet my first few friends. My sophomore year, I met my best friend. Um, and Yeah, it was just like a really good moment. My sophomore and junior years was actually a bit longer than my freshman year. My freshman year were really quick, but my sophomore and junior year kind of went slower. It was not as fun as my freshman year. though my senior year was also like great tennis wise, class wise. I loved everything I was doing. I was studying exercise science, um, and I loved all the classes we did, and I just had a really good time my senior year too. Um, so yeah, I ended up graduating in August, so last summer. And after I graduated, I became the grad assistant coach on the tennis team. It's really because I have this huge passion for tennis, and I really want to help the girls as much as I can to reach their full potential. And coaching is actually really fun, and I think it's like a really good experience for me right now. It's something totally new. Feel myself growing, and I'm having a lot of fun with them, and it's a great experience. Then I talked to y'all about my photography passion too. Yeah, so I have another passion, which is photography, and I started pretty much when I was 15. My dad had a camera for work, and I started using it just for fun, and it actually started becoming a passion eventually. So when I was, I think I was 16, um, my dad gave me his camera, and I just started having fun with it. I was taking mainly sports photography, and eventually my senior year or junior year, I bought my first camera. And yeah, now I just can't live without it, and I get to take a lot of pictures of my friends, and graduation pictures and tennis pictures, and I just love it. So now I'm about to graduate in December, and we will see what the future holds for me. I'm very thankful I started playing tennis because it literally brought me all the way here to the United States. And now that I'm a grad assistant coach, I get to still play tennis with the girls sometimes. I'm going to compete when I go back home over the summer. And at the same time, I still get to enjoy my photography. And I'm just really thankful and blessed for everything.